Well, more teams eliminated from the playoffs last night. Tonight, we turn our attention to Game 5. Two of them on tap, starting with this one that's been chippy from the start. Jimmy Butler and the Warriors looking to advance with a win tonight. And the Rockets hold on and force a Game 6. Same story, but a little further out west. The Timberwolves did their job at home. Now they're going to look to finish out the series in LA. Will LeBron and Luka be enough as the Lakers look to extend the series? We welcome you into our Atlanta studios and into Playoff Central Live. I'm Ashley Shamedy here with Steve Smith. We've got Channing Frye as well. A lot of exciting games on tap, potentially some upsets. Some teams may be getting eliminated and others advancing to the conference semifinals. Guys, it is going to be a fun night with these two games on deck. We're going to start with the first one, which is the Warriors heading to Houston for Game 5. This is a look at what happened in Game 4. Jimmy Butler came back after missing most of Game 2, all of 3 with a left pelvic contusion. He led the way for Golden State in scoring in that win, putting up 27 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 12 of 12 from the free throw line. But this has been the biggest thing for Golden State against Houston this series is just how good they are in the clutch. Call it the veteran guys on that team versus more of the inexperience with the Houston Rockets. Whatever it may be, this Warriors team is able to close out games. The win, though, sets up a very highly anticipated elimination game tonight in Houston.
Thought it was winning time, doing certain things that the team needed me to do to go out there and help win finally.
Playoff Jimmy?
We're not going to do it. We're not going to do this.
You know, what makes Jimmy who he is he just does so many things. He makes so many big plays. He's playoff Jimmy for a reason.
What would be the message to this young team going back to Houston down 3-1?
Go get a win. Let's play a sound, disciplined game, full game, and not have these lulls that we've had. We have to be much more consistent, which was a big mantra coming into the series.
These games suck. We had two ones that could have went our way. This is the playoffs. You know, I've been swept before, and I felt like we were the better team. You lose all 4. Like, the margin of error is so slim, it can go either way, and you learn that it comes down to possessions. But we're going home and to get one, and we're going to get it, and you just got to get it one game at a time.
It's going to be entertaining out in Houston, that's for sure. We've got eyes and ears on the ground there with our own Dennis Scott, a.k.a. 3D. 3D, the Warriors have been so good in the clutch and just executing in those final couple minutes. What do the Rockets need to do to be able to adjust and close out games?
Great question, Ashley. And I think the biggest thing that comes to mind after going to shoot around this morning, guys, is the details down the stretch. How do they execute, get the ball moving, get the ball to the right hands, and finish the play? Defensively, how do you continue to rotate and play with physicality? Because they're doing a heck of a job. This is the first time we've seen Steph Curry shoot the percentage that he's shooting right now in a very, very long time. With that being said, Smitty, you'll love this one, Shannon. How does this young team play with emotion but not emotional? Because once you play emotional basketball, you're playing right into the hands of Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green, and that's when they take you out of the ball game, and that's what they did down the stretch.
You know, 3D, I'm going to stay with that theme of younger guys. The Houston Rockets, you just can't make up when your best player is not getting in double figures. So is there anything that Jalen Green himself talked about or the coaching staff are talking about getting him in better positions where he can be more effective?
That's the key part, Smitty. Better positions and being more aggressive. Understand when you see that gap or you see that lane, attack it quicker so you can get to your spot and finish the play. We know he's one of the most young athletic guys in our league, so how do you understand time and situation when the play is called for you? On the flip side, Smitty, you know this, when the play is not called for you, move without the basketball, get to certain areas. You can be a live threat with the way your athleticism is, so how do you attack that paint?
3D, we've seen it on the court, and obviously Steve Kerr touched on it, but the impact of Jimmy Butler, how have you seen that on the Golden State Warriors? I know we called that game, and how has his voice been, and not necessarily for Steph, who's been energetic, or Draymond, who's was second or third in Defensive Player of the Year, but the other guys, Podziemski, Moody, how have you seen that impact?
It's huge because the guys say Jimmy is one of those kind of leaders where he'll come over to you in practice or shoot around wherever it may be and kind of get in your ear, and not really the rah-rah guy that Jimmy gets the respect for, so to speak. But what we most love is that, guys, he gets to that free throw line. As much as we love Steph and what Steph does, but getting to the free throw line is something Steve Kerr talks about a lot. And Podziemski, he's getting hot right at the right time. Another one of those others that Shaq likes to talk about. He's playing lights out basketball right now.
3D, last for me. You know, you love to shoot it. Channing Frye love to shoot it. And we all know Steph Curry the best ever, but it seems like to me, they're paying so much attention to taking away Steph. Other guys who can flat out shoot it a little bit are getting wide open shots. Any adjustments the Rockets are talking about defensively?
Boy, Smith, this is why you're the best in the business, buddy. They want to make sure Buddy Hield take Buddy off of his left hand. Think about Buddy wasn't making too many shots early in this series, and in the last 2 games, they're letting him get to his left hand or not rotating fast enough. He knocked down those 2 big threes in the fourth quarter down the stretch. That's something of the small details that they're talking about. Get to those guys earlier, take away their space, and put a hand in their face.
3D, thanks so much. We appreciate you looking sharp out there in Houston. Have fun tonight.
Hey, Ashley, you know what time it is. Leave it.
I love it.
Every time.
Every time. He is just the best. It is going to be entertaining, that's for sure. This one, numerous texts, numerous flagrant fouls. But this guy coming off his best game of the series so far, Alperen Sengun. And you can see what he's done against the Warriors defenders. We haven't seen the Jalen Green that we saw really during the regular season, you guys. Guys like Sengun, I mean, everybody needs to step up, but what do the Rockets need to do tonight? I mean, we heard a little bit of 3D talking about it, just the adjustments they need to make, obviously in the clutch, but we just need more production from a lot of guys.
They do. I mean, there's a few areas for me, Channing. You know, how does your son Channing's playing basketball? 14. Well, if I'm going to go guard Channing's 14-year-old son and face guard him, I understand he's Steph Curry. But you have to get in rotation sometimes, Johnny. Yeah. If a play breaks down and I got to come help the helper, and you have and everybody's told me to face guard Steph, no one's able to help. So I think defensively, you definitely got to pay attention to Steph Curry. But I can't chase him around like, not even 14-year-olds, like 8-year-olds, where I'm just going to face guard him no matter what, everywhere he goes, because it brings so much, there was a situation where we'll get a chance, the big Sengun gets switched on the guard. He's going to get blown by. Now the next guy come help, but the guy's guarding Steph is not even, they didn't see the play. Yeah. Some kind of way, I think defensively, we understand Steph, but you got to also treat him like, hey, it's still 5-on-5. I think that's one thing. On the offensive end, you got to have somebody other than Sengun going and Fred VanVleet. I need to see Jabari Smith and Jalen Green. Those are the 2 guys for me. And I'm not just thinking scoring. No, totally. Can you draw a double? Can you draw a double and get somebody else an open shot?
Yeah, I think one thing we're not taking into consideration is how good or locked in this Golden State Warriors team is. Mm-hmm. So they Sengun, you're going to shoot point for shot. So we can live with that, right? Yeah. And on the defensive end, and I remember this, it's been almost 10 years since we played them. Obviously, it's a different team, but the structure is the same. The problem is you can't get off of Steph's body, and if you do, you have to make sure in that rotation the next guy does not get screened in. So, and I was saying this back there when we were getting, makeup and stuff. We get makeup? Yeah, man. Listen, I got a couple blemishes. You see me tan? I'm out of here. Listen. So the problem is Houston can't play real basketball versus the Golden State Warriors. They're just not equipped. They're not old enough. They're not wise enough. They don't move fast enough. In that first half, yes, it was bad for TV. But at the end of the day, who cares about TV? You care about winning. Dirty, grimy, out of the mud basketball. This has to be a low-scoring game. You cannot allow the Golden State Warriors to run, to flow, to make quick decisions. Yes, look at this. All this is what you need. Because now look at Steph and Draymond. You need this. They have to play street ball. When they play regular ball, that's when you start to get blown out. To me, what you need to also do is be emotional, like 3D said, be emotionally invested, but without being emotional. To me, defensively, when somebody drives to the hoop, you have to stay on the body. If they make that layup over you, everyone stay attached to who they're supposed to stay attached to. You can play, the Houston Rockets can play 2-on-2 or 2-point game. They cannot match with a 3-point game.
The Warriors have been in the playoffs, been in this position so many times. It is going to take that grimy game that Channing was talking about. Even further out west, LeBron James and Lakers for this moment. Can the Lakers extend this series? If so, they're going to need to figure out how to get their best players cooking in clutch time, because that's what you can see from this on your screen right now. What Anthony Edwards has been able to do, the points he's able to put up in the final couple minutes of the second half versus Luka Doncic and LeBron James. So just being able to close out games, close out quarters, and that's given the Timberwolves that 3-1 advantage heading into tonight's elimination Game 5 for the Lakers.
leaps and bounds for sure. He's always ready for the moment. I call him a home run hitter, but he's hitting like way more doubles and singles, and those plays are timely. I think he has an understanding where defense is going to be when he starts and when he ends.
I've been dreaming of this all my life, whether it was football or basketball. So just being in these situations, and now it's going against Bron and Luka. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, he's strong. Like, he posted me up, he got all the way to the rim. I was glad he missed the layup, but he a lot stronger than me. But just let him know that we're gonna be here all night, and I'm gonna be a pest to him. I told him it's gonna be the toughest game that we played all season, all series, because everybody's gonna be against us. It's gonna be 300,000 people, and then the Timberwolves, 12 players plus the coaches. It's gonna be a tough atmosphere. If you like competing at the highest level, I told him it should be fun. You should be ready. Get your rest and be ready to go.
It is definitely going to be a tough atmosphere out in LA tonight for this Game 5. Did you guys see this coming, though? Lakers down 3-1 on the brink of elimination. I mean, when Luka got traded over there, were you expecting this to be how the postseason was going to unfold for them?
You know, I thought experience would take over, but I did say Minnesota is the team that I think the Lakers should be worried about because of their three guys of size, Naz Reid, Julius Randle, and also Rudy Gobert. Because when I look at that lineup, Channing Frye, is Jackson Hayes and Jackson Hayes played about 8 minutes, so there's no Jackson Hayes. So I thought if they're not going to play big, and I understand Rui's big and Luka and LeBron has some size, but it just comes down, they have three bigs that do three different things. And if Jackson Hayes is not able to get minutes, or JJ is not trusting him to get minutes, it puts a lot of pressure on LeBron James to do the dirty work. I mean, I love Luka, but he's not getting down there doing the dirty work. That's going to be all on LeBron James. So I worried about them from that standpoint.
That's on the Lakers side, and then Channing for Minnesota. Obviously, Anthony Edwards, 20-plus points in all 4 games this series. He is just loving every second of this, facing guys like LeBron. But you also have the role players doing their thing. Naz Reid had his best game of the series in Game 4. What did you see from him, the impact he was able to make in that win?
So when you're Chris Finch, who I think is a very underrated coach, right? You look at the culture of this team. You look at, I thought this series would go 7. I thought Minnesota has a overall better team. My biggest curiosity was, is Julius Randle going to buy in? How is he going to play? Is he going to continue to flow through that offense and buy into their defensive identity? And is Ant going to make the right play 90% of the time? They've done that. And this defensive team that we saw last year, we're seeing this again. And so let's talk about Naz Reid. When teams want to just hunt Rudy Gobert down, you go, you know what? Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my 6th man of the year and put him on your Luka Doncic. You see everyone staying home? Now he can contest this. And guess what? His versatility allows spacing. This, for every young kid, is what spacing looks like. Who knows where Luka thought he was going since Naz was guarding him. And right here, he's just creating energy with the basketball, getting to the right spot, playing with his head up, playing unselfish, getting a big-time and one during this game. And then, again, here, you're looking, they're putting him all over the place. You're technically playing 2-4 men. LeBron is lazy, not getting to the body, asking for a point switch, and Naz Reid again kills you at that top of the key 3. When you have offensive and defensive versatility with 2 or 3 guys playing 6'9", 6'10", who can dribble, pass, shoot, and be efficient on defense, this makes that team, while they're playing 7, 8, 9 guys from Minnesota, JJ is playing his 5 because why? I don't trust the other players on the bench to make the right play against this defense. Now this is where the chess game starts, and JJ's going to have to get to his bench. But man, I didn't see it coming, but the way Minnesota's playing, they are dangerous.
Let's talk about the bench because you're absolutely right.
That's garbage.
JJ Redick you can't make an impact if you're not playing at all, Smitty.
Oh, no, if you're Jackson Hayes, this young man is, the thing